Hello everyone, welcome to this reading for August 2026 for the newsletter. Now we'll talk about the total solar eclipse in Leo. This eclipse takes place on the 12th of August at 20 degrees of Leo, placing it right at the beginning of, I know technical, but the third decan of Leo. Now a solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the Earth and the Sun, temporarily blocking the Sun's light. And symbolically, what that means is something that normally gives us direction or confidence or certainty may temporarily be unclear now. Why? The Sun is not visible, technically. We may not immediately know where we stand, what comes next, or how other people see us. Now, this is also a South Node eclipse, which may make it less about adding something new and more about releasing something that has run its course. So, the practical question of this eclipse is, what am I still performing, maintaining, or carrying because I want approval, recognition, or validation? Leo. For some people, this eclipse may bring a change around leadership. A manager, a public figure, parent, authority figure, or dominant personality may step down or lose influence or change direction or be seen differently. For others of you, it may be much more personal. You may realize that you're exhausted from constantly trying to prove yourself in an area of your life, not your whole life. You may step back from a role where you always have to be the strongest, most confident, most entertaining, or most capable person in the room. You may stop chasing attention from somebody who enjoys being admired, but gives very little back. In relationships, this eclipse may show where pride has replaced genuine vulnerability, I'm sorry. One person may be waiting for the other to make the first move. Someone may want attention without commitment. A relationship may look impressive from the outside but feel lonely behind closed doors. There may also be a decision involving dating, children, fertility, creativity, or an important personal passion. For some people, an important or old romantic situation reaches its natural ending, unfortunately. For others, the relationship continues, but the need for drama control or constant reassurance has to be released. This eclipse can affect creative and public work. You may decide to change how you present yourself, step away from a public role, retire an old brand, leave a creative project, or stop trying to appeal to an audience that no longer reflects who you are. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean becoming invisible, of course. It may mean that you're becoming more selective about where you seek recognition and whose opinions actually matter to you. Now, the third decan of Leo has a strong Mars quality in the traditional decan system, and this can make the eclipse more decisive, confrontational maybe even, or action-oriented. We may reach the point where we're no longer willing to negotiate with something that repeatedly drains our pride, confidence, or creative energy. And at a practical level, this eclipse may manifest as leaving a leadership role or taking on a different one, ending a relationship built around attention rather than consistency, releasing an old creative identity, stepping back from social media, or changing how you use it. It can be a child becoming more independent, a decision about pregnancy, parenting, or family priorities. A public figure experiencing a major change in status at a world level will be very obvious around the solar eclipse. We're no longer trying to convince someone of our value, recognizing that popularity and genuine respect are not the same thing, and choosing meaningful visibility in an area of your life, friend circle for example, over constant visibility. Now, because this is a total solar eclipse, the situation may initially feel uncertain. Something may disappear, pause, or lose momentum before the next direction becomes clear. So try not to force an immediate answer. Eclipses often reveal their meaning gradually, so what happens around this time may continue developing over the following weeks and months. The message is not you must stop shining. It is that you may need to stop shining for people who only value the performance and not the person underneath it. So let this eclipse show you where your confidence has become dependent on applause and where it is time to create love, lead, or live from a more honest place. Thank you again for listening. Thank you again for reading this newsletter and for staying connected with my work. I genuinely appreciate every booking, recommendation, message, and opportunity to work with you. It remains a privilege to support you through your questions and important life decisions. I hope the energy of August helps you approach the month with greater awareness, especially around relationships and creativity and confidence in the places where something may now be ready to change. There are more podcast appearances and events and new offerings coming soon, and I look forward to sharing them with you. Thank you again for reading, and I look forward to working with you very, very soon. With love and hugs and kind regards, TJ. SpiritGuidanceWithTJ.com. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.